I'm an empath. You're probably saying, I'm back. Sorry about that. I realize that I was just told by Aaron Doughty, who, not personally by Aaron Doughty, but a video by Aaron Doughty, saying that you have to just step into what you want to do and not think about it, um, not wait until everything's perfect. Like, I wanted to put on makeup before I got on this. Then I said, you know what? Who cares? You know? I mean, we're not putting on a beauty contest. Um, or are we? I don't know. Um, I have felt things too fucking much since I was a kid. Everything. Too much. And a lot of people are saying, they're talking a lot about empaths and empathy and feeling things. And I'm realizing, going back to when I was a kid, and definitely when I was a teenager, it literally took me decades, sometimes a decade and sometimes decades, for me to get over things. Not necessarily horrible things, but like boyfriend kind of things, or um, people getting married that not that I felt shouldn't be married. I shouldn't say that, but my heart was broken because they got married. But people get over that stuff. Or do they? Why do I still have the same dreams of the same things happening from high school? Still, like to this day. And it's like 30 years later. Now, I could say, oh, there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with you. But really, no. I think I'm an empath. I remember every damn thing. Some things that are negative that I should just forget. A lot of the time, things don't just roll off my shoulders like they do other people. People seem to like move on from certain things that I don't move on from and never have. And I'm realizing that now. What I need to do is make it work for me. And I know there's a lot of other people out there who feel a lot too. And it causes career issues, if there is a career, right? It causes romantic problems. It hasn't caused health issues for me that I know of, but yeah, of course it causes health problems because you feel everything and then interpret things in a way that makes you frozen sometimes. It makes me to the point where I can't think sometimes, and I know I'm a pretty intelligent person. I made it through college. But you don't have to make it through college to be intelligent, but that's a whole other Oprah. See how my mind works? I'm all over the place sometimes. I'm just glad I'm doing the video because I agree with Aaron. I think you have to change your identity by action. And you can't become something unless you're doing what that person would be doing. So I'm doing it now, even though this probably sucks. I'm probably going to get like, from like certain people. So, to you too. And believe me, I care about what other people think. I mean, I'm on this Twilight Zone group on Facebook. And I'm an obsessive person, so I watch this one Twilight Zone over and over again. It's called The Masks. And the butler and the maid weren't credited. And they were like, they happened to be African American and they happened to be in the show quite a bit. And I thought they should be credited. And I thought, well, what other reason would it be that they weren't credited but a certain reason? And it's, it got all these comments from people saying, well, you're probably a racist and da 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 and all this stuff. And I'm like, where is this coming from? People are like, oh, we're trying to enjoy this group, but you're trying to bring it down by talking about race, blah blah blah. It's like, when some people were like, you know what? Thanks for letting us know, and they should be recognized, and we recognize them now. I just thought, why are these two actors not credited like the other people were on the show? And they had speaking roles and were on the show, but they happened to be African American. I thought maybe back in the early 60s that they had rules on the network about that. I don't know I don't know. I thought I'd bring it up since it was a Twilight Zone group. And I got a lot of shit for it. And I was really deeply affected by it. I was like, this is my favorite show, and I'm getting all this hostility. Anyway, I'm not trying to whine about it or be a whiner. But that's how much I do care about what people think. I ignored the positive comments. Well, I didn't ignore them, but you ignore the positive comments and then you zoom in on the negative ones. And like for a few days, I was just feeling like a bitter taste in my mouth. To me, that's too much of a reaction. Like, how do I expect to even have a YouTube channel if I care so much about what other people think? And am I going to turn off the comments? Part of what my vision is to have an exchange with people. So hopefully the exchange will be with like-minded people. That's all. If you don't like something, just leave peacefully. You don't have to get all batty and stuff. But, that's a modern thing going on where everyone's offended by everything. What is that about? Where people disagree and they get offended. But then again, I was offended by what they said to me in the Twilight Zone group. I didn't say that I was, but I felt offended. How dare you call me racist? How dare you get offended by the subject I've brought up? Don't you care? Don't you care too? I don't want to be negative, and I feel like I can be negative, but I can be positive too. Sometimes I can be funny, and probably that funniness comes from all my anxiety and empathic stuff. And like, I'm not trying to paint myself to be like this person who feels every emotion that everybody feels all the time. It's what I react to. When I do react, I react big time. So I don't react to everything that's around me, or I'd be in the hospital, right? We'd all be in the hospital if we reacted to every single opinion and everybody's emotions. But the things that do trigger me, life-changing stuff. And some of that stuff is minor stuff that happened when I was like before I was 20 years old. But it wasn't minor to me at the time. But I think it influenced me. and affected how I saw myself. And I'll probably get more specific about these things that happen in other videos. Right now, I'm just glad I got on camera. And now I'm going to have to decide whether I'm actually going to put this on the on YouTube at all. Right now, my YouTube channel is filled with like making vegan pad thai and trying vegan ice creams, and I didn't turn out to be a vegan. So I should probably take that stuff off. Just so I'm not like, a hypocrite or whatever. I was going through a phase where I wanted to be a vegan, but no. Although I do love plant-based things, like there's a vegan restaurant near where I live that I really love to go to. And chicken's really been grossing me out lately, but that's a whole other... We're veering off in another direction again. Come back, Jen. Come back. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you and your loved ones are doing fabulous. God bless, and we'll see you soon.